The richest football coach in 2026 is not Pep Guardiola, Jose Mourinho, or Diego Simeone. This is the top 10 richest managers in football, and a few names here will definitely surprise people. At number 10 is Arsene Wenger, and even without a club job, he is still one of the richest managers the game has ever seen. His estimated net worth is around £39 million, built mainly through 22 years at Arsenal. That kind of longevity at one giant club is rare on its own. Add the trophies, the Champions League years, the global profile, and you get a manager whose money kept growing long after his peak on the touchline. The big thing with Wenger is that his wealth was built steadily and smartly. The Invincibles season kept his name massive, his Arsenal era kept him relevant worldwide, and now his FIFA role as chief of global football development gives him another major football platform. Compared with some names higher up, this is not quick money from one giant contract. This is long-term football wealth. Wenger is a very solid number 10. At number 9, Jurgen Klopp is already past the £40 million mark, and that tells you everything about modern elite coaching. Fans remember the football first: Dortmund's rise, Liverpool's rebuild, the intensity, the personality. But financially, that Liverpool spell changed everything. Klopp became one of the highest-paid managers in the sport, and he did it while being the public face of one of the biggest projects in Europe. What really pushed Klopp into this range is that he became more than a coach. From the 2019 Champions League win to ending Liverpool's title drought in 2020, his value exploded. He also carried serious commercial pull because clubs and brands knew exactly what he represented. Wenger had longer longevity at one club, but Klopp hit a bigger modern salary level faster. Now, with Red Bull's global soccer role, he is still moving in elite football money. Number 8 is Carlo Ancelotti, a manager who has basically made elite jobs look normal. Milan, Chelsea, Paris Saint-Germain, Real Madrid, Bayern, Everton, back to Real, and now Brazil. That is a ridiculous list of employers, and every one of them paid top-level money. His estimated wealth is around £41 million, and it comes from staying relevant for decades in the toughest dressing rooms and the biggest football markets. Ancelotti's edge is simple. He kept winning, and clubs kept trusting him. Champions League titles across different countries, and the rare reputation of being able to manage stars without drama gave him huge staying power. He even completed league titles in all of Europe's Big Five leagues, which says everything about his level. Klopp had the louder image, but Ancelotti stacked elite contracts for longer. Add the Brazil job now, and this is a very fair spot. At number 7, Sir Alex Ferguson is still way up this list despite being long retired from management. His estimated wealth sits around £53.6 million, and that comes mainly from his historic Manchester United spell. He did not just win a lot. He built one of the biggest football machines the sport has seen. United's titles, global status, and commercial growth all exploded while Ferguson was the man in charge. What keeps him ahead of names like Klopp and Ancelotti is scale. 13 Premier League titles, 2 Champions Leagues, and over 26 years at the biggest end of English football created huge long-term value. Even after retirement, ambassador work and other business interests kept the money moving. He is not active on the touchline now, but the Ferguson era was so big that he still clears most modern managers. That tells you how huge his legacy really is. Number 6 is Steven Gerrard, and this is where the list gets properly surprising. His estimated wealth is around £66.9 million, but most of that did not come from coaching. It came from a huge playing career at Liverpool, major commercial deals, and then a very well-paid spell in Saudi Arabia with Al Ettifaq. As a manager, he has had some strong moments and some rough ones, but financially he still reached a very high bracket. The Saudi move really matters here because it added a late career salary boost to money he had already banked for years as one of England's biggest football names. He also had that title-winning Rangers season, which gave his coaching reputation a real lift before the Aston Villa job and then Saudi Arabia. Compared with Sir Alex, Gerrard does not have the managerial legacy, but in pure wealth his player-era earnings make the difference. He is currently without a club, but top 6 is absolutely real. At number 5, Zinedine Zidane pushes the ranking into another level completely. His estimated wealth is around 91.6 million pounds, and like Gerrard, a big part of that story starts with his playing career. But Zidane also had the perfect coaching second act. At Real Madrid, he did not just manage stars and survive. He won immediately, handled enormous pressure, and turned himself into one of the few former legends who could demand elite money from the touchline too. The stretch everyone goes back to is those 3 straight Champions League titles with Real Madrid from 2016 to 2018. That run changed his coaching value overnight and made every future job feel massive. Add his global profile from his playing days, and you get a financial level very few managers can touch. Gerrard has big-name value, but Zidane has true worldwide icon status. He is without a club right now, with France always in the conversation, and top 5 looks completely right. Number 4 is Pep Guardiola, and a lot of people will expect him to be even higher. If this list was only about coaching salaries, he would have a serious case for number 1. Barcelona, Bayern Munich, and Manchester City is about as premium as a managerial path gets. His estimated wealth is around 100 million pounds, and when you stay at the very top for that long, renewing giant deals and winning constantly, the numbers become ridiculous. Just look at the City era. Multiple league titles, the 2023 treble, and a football identity built completely around his ideas made him priceless to that club. His current contract running to 2027 only adds to that picture. The reason he is not top 3 is that the next names either added huge playing career money or made massive income over even longer periods. But in the modern game, Guardiola is almost the blueprint for elite coaching wealth. Number 4 is still massive. At number 3 is Jose Mourinho, and this ranking fits his image perfectly. For 2 decades, he has been one of football's biggest personalities, and the money followed him everywhere. His estimated wealth is around 100 million pounds, level with Guardiola in some lists, but the route is different. Porto, Chelsea, Inter, Real Madrid, Manchester United, Tottenham, Roma, Fenerbahce, and now Benfica. Those are huge jobs, huge expectations, and huge paydays all over Europe. One detail really pushes Mourinho up the ranking. He made serious money from severance payments as well as from his contracts. That is a big factor, and not many managers can say the same on this level. Add the Champions League wins with Porto and Inter, league titles across countries, and the constant media value he brings, and he edges Pep in this list. Guardiola may be the cleaner football project, but Mourinho turned success, fame, and turbulence into enormous wealth. That is very Mourinho. Number 2 is Diego Simeone, and this is the real salary monster of the ranking. His estimated wealth is around 102 million pounds, built mainly at Atletico Madrid, where he has spent years reported among the highest-paid managers in world football. That is what makes his case so interesting. He did not jump from superclub to superclub. He stayed, fought against Real Madrid and Barcelona, changed Atletico's level completely, and got paid like a manager who could alter the whole status of a club. The obvious turning point was the 2013-14 league title, then those 2 Champions League final runs, and the full transformation of Atletico into a genuine European force. From that point, his leverage was massive, and the money kept stacking season after season. Mourinho has the broader list of giant jobs and bigger drama, but Simeone had one club paying him elite money for years because they knew exactly what he meant to them. He is still there, still fierce, and only one name is above him. At number 1, the shock name is Wayne Rooney, not Guardiola, not Mourinho, not Simeone. Rooney tops the list with an estimated net worth of around 170 million pounds, and that tells you something straight away. This is not only about current coaching salaries. It is about total wealth around managers. Rooney built the vast majority of that fortune as a superstar player at Manchester United, through England fame, major endorsements, and years as one of the biggest faces in British football. That is the key contrast at the top. Simeone and Guardiola became incredibly rich through coaching, but Rooney entered management already carrying superstar player money. His spells at Derby, DC United, Birmingham, and then Plymouth gave him coaching income and kept him in the spotlight. But the real financial foundation was already there long before that. Plymouth confirmed his exit at the end of 2024, so he is currently without a club. Yet none of that changes the ranking. On pure estimated wealth, Rooney is number 1 by a serious distance. So that is the list. Legendary coaches, massive contracts, huge player careers, and a reminder that football wealth does not come from one path. Some built it with titles, some with longevity, and Wayne Rooney built the biggest number of all with superstar status before coaching even really began. Now it is over to you. Should Guardiola be above Mourinho and Simeone? And does Rooney really deserve number 1 if most of the money came as a player? Drop your ranking in the comments, and if you enjoyed the video, like it and subscribe.